Devereaux is going to pass. No, it's Bishop in there now.
It's time for local sports on the NCWLIFE Channel, your local TV station. Tonight's coverage is brought to you by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Confluence Health, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, and Together for Youth. Now let's head live to the stadium for coverage of local sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hello and welcome everyone to NCWLIFE's first broadcast of high school football for the 2023 season, and we are very excited to be here tonight on an absolutely gorgeous night for football here in the Wenatchee Valley at the Apple Bowl. I'm Grant Olson along with Brandon Harle, and Brandon, doesn't feel like football weather, but boy, compared to some of the weather we get later in the season, we'll take all these nights we can get.
Yeah, as a former coach, we always love how nice it is at the beginning, and in a few short weeks, man, it is cold fast.
But one thing about it, though, Brandon, being a coach for a long time, they practice in the heat, so then you come right to a game. They're kind of used to that, getting here, definitely. So that helps.
That is an advantage. Some of the West Side teams take a little bit of time to acclimate to that.
So it's the Wenatchee Panthers and the Skyline Spartans. The Skyline Spartans out of the King County 4A Conference. Brandon, I guess it's fair to say they've been a perennial power in 4A football, especially in the late 2000s, early 2010s. They were really a powerhouse. They won a couple of titles in 3A, and then followed that up with 5 4A titles. So this is a good football team that's in town right now.
They had some rolling teams in there with quarterbacks Jake Heaps and the #1 overall recruit in the nation, Max Brown at the time, Casey Williams, the receiver who ended up in the NFL, and he played receiver at UW for a few years.
So here we are, Coach Devereaux in his 20th season this year. I know you're friends with the coach.
I am,
Jake is a senior, Devereaux. Can you give us some breaking news on what Coach Devereaux's future is after this year? Is he keeping mum on that? Probably concentrating on this season.
He's worried about this game and this game only right now, taking care of his team and making sure, among others, obviously his son's a senior, and taking care of the entire team as a whole.
Well, that's very cool. He's been a fantastic coach for the last 20 years. And speaking of Coach Devereaux, we're going to take a short break. And Eric Granstrom had a chance to talk with the coach earlier this week, and we'll have that for you right after this.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
I'm Jenny Rojanasatian, host of Network TV, and I'm looking for you, our next guest, to come on air live at the NCWLIFE studios. We would love to feature your business, organization, or nonprofit and share about the work or innovation happening inside of your organization. It's super easy to come on air. You just need to send us an email. info@ncwtech.org. That's info@ncwtech.org.
Well, it's the NCWLIFE Channel's preview of the upcoming high school football season. Now visiting with Scott Devereaux, the head coach for the Wenatchee Panthers, in 20 how many years now, Coach?
Since 96.
Okay.
Whatever that adds
up to. All right, we need the math people to do that for us. Talk about the offseason. After a campaign where you guys, 3 wins last year? It always starts with what happens after the season's over in the summer. How did it go?
We stayed healthy.
That's important because that's been a challenge here in the last few years.
Yeah, we had a good summer camp this year. Happy about how that went. A lot of our guys worked hard and some didn't. So that's kind of how our summer went.
So you lost some seniors on the line, especially. Evan Burdans you don't replace every day. So that being said, who are you replacing them with, and how's that coming?
We have one returner on the offensive line, Calvin Bishop, and he's kind of leading that group. And it's been a lot of moving parts so far through camp here. We're pretty close on who our top 5 are. It's just getting them in the right spots right now.
Sure. You've got, is Jake still quarterbacking? Is he leading the team? So that's your son. But you're out here and you're just coach. You're not dad. Right. Talk about that progression and for him and his offseason and what he's worked on to become a better quarterback and a better leader.
He's put as much time in it as anybody I've ever coached this past year.
Now, is that something that you go to him as a coach and say, or is that something you go to him as a dad and say, or is it all on him?
He has some pretty lofty goals, and he set it up himself.
Okay.
He many times would tell me, "Hey, Dad, it's time to go throw," and I'm out in the backyard trying to look like a wide receiver again. Doesn't go so well. He set up all the 7-on-7s in the off season with guys to throw to. He contacted some quarterback guru guys and drove and did workouts with those guys on his own, and he's put in a lot of days and a lot of hours.
So you got the offensive line you're still working out in front of him. What about your skill guys to be able to get the ball away from Jake and be able to move the ball down the field?
I really like our skill guys. A lot of experience. We have a couple senior running backs. We have a couple senior wide receivers. We have a couple senior tight ends. We have some juniors that can run. Probably the strength of our team right now is our skill guys.
When you have guys from last year, Evan Burdan and Rivers Cook, they set a pretty good tone. Does that carry after they're gone?
Yeah, I think so. I think people see how those guys went to work every day. You know, Evan Burdan was a guy that when he spoke, everybody listened, even me. I was afraid he might put me in a single leg and hurt me.
Yeah.
You know, so everybody listens to Evan, and everybody knows how hard those two worked, and especially the guys in those groups, right? The defensive line, the offensive line. They saw some pretty high-end mentors with those two guys.
Well, let's talk about this first game for you. Skyline coming here. You got the home field advantage. Talk about that first match. That's a tough opponent for you.
Yeah, I can't wait. You know, we played them really tough last year. And they brought Coach Steve Jervis back out of retirement, guy I've known a long time, and excited to see what he's going to bring to them. I mean, he's probably one of the greatest coaches in Washington State history. We expect them to be fired up to win the first game of the year for Coach Jerv, and we're fired up to have him come here.
Talk about this home schedule to start. You got 4 or 5 games here in the Apple Bowl. That's, I mean, nice to have that to start the season anyway.
Yeah, considering we had 2 home games the whole season last year,
yeah,
it's nice to have some here this year. It's, you know, it's nothing like playing at home. It's great. We don't have to spend 5 or 6 hours to Mount Baker or to Vancouver this year, and hopefully we don't have to go play in Quincy or Moses Lake unless it's on our schedule.
Yeah, let's hope this smoke stays away from us, but that seems to be our 5th season these days. Mount Baker week 2 again this year. I know that for anybody that's left from last year's squad, got a little payback probably you want this year.
Yeah, they you know, they took it to Royal City for about half that game in the state championship. Yeah. They were loaded last year. They came to our summer camp again, so I think we scrimmaged them at least 3 times, maybe 4. So we know each other pretty well. Mm-hmm. You know, they have that wing tee attack that if you're not ready to play, you can get hurt. But they lost a ton of seniors, really good seniors, college-level kids. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, we'll have a little more ready to prepare for them this year than probably last year.
Talk about this group of seniors and their decision in the offseason. What kind of goals did they set for this year?
They want to leave a legacy. You know, they want to leave something different. And they've been great kids to coach. You know, a lot of these guys I've known a long time for obvious reasons. Some I coached when they were little guys, and they're just really good kids. You know, they're smart, hardworking. There's not very many of them. When they were freshmen, there's about 20 that turned out during the COVID season. Mm-hmm. So I think we have 12 that have been playing together. We have a couple new kids this year, but love these guys a lot.
So part of that legacy would be, I'm sure you never look ahead, but there's week 3. There's that team across the river, and they've been thumping on you guys for a while now. I'll bet that legacy, these seniors especially, would like to change.
Absolutely would. You know, absolutely. A lot of them were around, you know, when the shoe was on the other foot, and they've seen those games, and they would like to get back to that. But for now, we got to take it 1 week at a time. Mm-hmm. You know, the most important game is the next game. Right. So the most important thing right now, and our focus is Skyline.
I will have you look at the Big 9 and tell me from your perspective, looking at who's got people coming back and things like that. Seems at Moses Lake, Sunnyside, is that the teams you're looking at as far as, okay, here are the teams that we got to focus on to win a Big 9 title?
Yeah, I would say Eastmont's probably the favorite. Mm-hmm. They have about 30 seniors this year and some key positions. Moses Lake has kind of I don't think people realize how good they probably could be this year. They have a young quarterback who finished up the season with them as a freshman. Coach's kid, grew up in his system, and they have great turnout. You know, they have 150 kids that turn out every year. I could see them shaking things up. Those are probably my two favorites if I had to pick. But I think this year there's probably 4 teams that could win our league.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a tough question because I know that Eastmont's got speed. Moses Lake has speed. Who's the fastest guy on your squad?
Well, if I go by track times, our fastest kid is probably Tristan Witherington. We have Anthony Garcia, who played soccer. He's really fast. I don't know what his, like 40 time is.
You haven't been out here with a stopwatch, Coach?
Nah. There's kind of that game speed, football speed.
Yeah, right,
and
right. There's a difference.
There's track speed. My 40 time in high school was pretty bad, and in college wasn't great, but I could outrun guys on the field.
Right.
I don't know why, I just could. My long legs went faster on Friday, Saturday. So that's probably our fastest track speed kid we have.
Okay, all right. I got to ask you this question. We talked about this last year and about how long you've been around this program and such. Your son is a senior. You wanted to coach him through his school. Is this it for you, or is this just another season, let's play ball and let's worry about that later?
Number 2.
Okay.
Yeah, my focus is entirely on these kids right here, right now. Season gets over, I always evaluate where I'm at, how I feel, what my gut tells me. Talk to a couple of my buddies and find out, but I make that decision after the season. I don't even think about it right now.
Okay. Now we've got Brandon Harle that's going to join us in the booth for calling. Being an analyst.
Never heard of him
for some of these games. So what's a scoop on Harle that we need to know about?
Oh, I got a lot of stuff on him. The problem is he has 3 times as much on me.
Oh well, see, then we're hoping maybe he divulges some of that during the broadcast.
No. Here, a lot of people don't understand with Brandon. The guy's extremely smart. I mean, extremely smart. He's one of those guys that can be on Jeopardy, and I can't spell Jeopardy. So
yeah, the E and the O throw me off all the time.
Yeah. And the I-E-Y.
Yeah, right.
So offense, defense, special teams, he has a great understanding of the game of football. And you can throw any question you want. He's a big Husky fan, so you could... I don't know. Are you a Coug fan?
I am an Eastern Washington guy now. We both grew up on the west side.
Yes,
so I was a Husky guy, and then I came over here and kind of got infected by the Cougar thing.
Well, he probably will rub it in a little bit.
I'm sure. But then again, the bragging rights, who's got it nowadays with the demise of the Pac-12 and everything else?
Yeah, go ACC, I guess.
Exactly.
I don't know where the Cougs even have a home?
Not yet. Yeah. Not past this season.
Put them on the schedule.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe that's the first game in 2025 for the Wenatchee Panthers. It'll be the Washington State Cougars. Coach, have a great season. We're looking forward to having you on TV a bunch this year, and keep everybody healthy.
Thank you.
You bet.
Too.
Scott Devereaux joining us here on the pregame, and as we preview the season to come here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Back on the field, Grant Olson along with Brandon Harle. We're just minutes away now for opening kickoff for season 2023. Great to have you along on this, I'll tell you, absolutely gorgeous night here at the Apple Bowl. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. We'll begin with the home team on offense. The Wenatchee Panthers at quarterback, senior Jake Devereaux, 5'10", 176 pounds. Running back Jack Flugie. And we're going to be talking more about this, Brandon. One of the bigger guys on the entire team at 6'3", 235 pounds. Tight end is Ethan Wirtz. He's a senior at 6'2", 221. Wide receivers, Ben Cook. He's a junior at 5'10", 160. Mason Galvin. He's a senior, 6'3", 182. Also at running back tonight, Finn Matheson. He's a junior, 5'9", 163 pounds. And now the guards, John Gutzweiler, a sophomore, 5'10", 165 pounds. Guard Tony Gonzalez, 6 feet, 235. He's a junior. Also a junior is center Calvin Bishop, 6'1", 215. Luke Flugie is one of the tackles, 6'3", 215 pounds. Only a sophomore. And Austin Vanderkooi, did I say that right? Did I pronounce that right? 6 feet, 190 pounds. He is a junior. And as I mentioned, in his 20th season, head coach of the Wenatchee Panthers is Scott Devereaux. And now for the Skyline Spartans, their quarterback is Michael Grimmer, a 5'11", 175-pounder. Colin Amick is one of the guards for this team, 6'6", 255. And I'll tell you, Brandon, this is a big offensive line for this team. Zane, how do we say we were going to pronounce that?
Kua,
I believe it is. He's the center, 5'11", 275 pounds. Jackson Dempsey is an offensive lineman, tackle, 6'4", 225. And also rounding out the line is Alex Tucker, 6'1", 250 pounds. And head coach, Brandon, someone you know well, don't you, for the Skyline Spartans?
Well, we've met him a few times. I wouldn't say I know him well.
Know him well.
Yeah, but we've had a few clinics with him over the years that I coached. And
it's Steve Jervis,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Been there a long time.
Yeah, well, this is his first year back.
Oh, it's first year back.
Yeah, he replaced.
Was he the coach during all those title seasons?
Yep. Yeah, he was their first head coach when Skyline became was built, and then before that he was at Gig Harbor in Eatonville. So he left to coach at the University of Washington for 1 year, and then he's been running his camps for the last decade or so.
And I think I read that Skyline became a school in 1997 and won their first title in 2000.
Yep.
So what does that tell you about Coach Jervis? That's for sure.
He's a good one. He's in the State Hall of Fame for a reason.
So speaking of Skyline, we talked about it, 7 state titles under their belt. It's been a while now since they've won one. I guess it's a while for them, 11 years now stretch. But, man, that's a tough conference they're in, that King County conference, isn't it?
Every week is a battle in that conference. So, and then
you said Eastlake was the team in that conference last year?
Well, yeah, I know that Eastlake and North Creek was a newer school. It's been around for a few years. But it, too, has been making inroads there.
All right, time out for our national anthem. Very nicely done as we get things set to go here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Should be an exciting season this year. I'm looking forward to the Wenatchee Panthers and what they're going to kind of bring to the table this year. I know they lost a lot of linemen, offensive linemen, so that's kind of a mishmash of guys. I know Coach Devereaux in his interview with Eric said they kind of know who's going to be there. They just don't know where they're going to play yet this year.
They got a couple sophomores that are stepping in for their first real varsity time, and that speed of the game, your first time as a sophomore lineman.
Well, that's a lot to ask, isn't it, Brandon?
Especially against an established team that Skyline has, but there's only one way to do it. You got to get in there.
You do have to get in there, that's for sure, as the captains head out to the center of the field. We'll have the coin toss. You know what? I think we'll take a quick break and we'll come back for the kickoff here on the NCWLIFE Channel. It's the Skyline Spartans and the Wenatchee Panthers, and we'll come back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.
Können Sie mir das Problem sagen?
Meinen Zylinder überschwimmt. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren.
Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragen schließen. Hey, you.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
This is Grace, and this is her world record-holding guinea pig with an iconic name, Abby.
She currently holds the Guinness World Record for the highest bar jump by a guinea pig. I ride horses and I jump, so I kind of thought it'd be interesting to teach my guinea pig to jump like my horse does.
One day she came out of her room and looked at us, and I said, "Did you get it?" And she said, "Yeah, we got it."
After we won our award, we came to Abby's to celebrate.
Hi, this is Eric Grandstrom, the NCWLIFE Channel Sports Director. While the teams are working hard, we're working hard to bring you 20 broadcasts this fall.
Over the middle, the ball is caught, and just like that, gets through everybody.
It's Eastmont
to the end zone. Touchdown, Eastmont.
It's Wenatchee.
10-5, touchdown.
Stephen Cashmere.
Killed by Nell. It's in. Good maneuver. Red footer. Go, 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 go.
Right here on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
Back at the Apple Bowl, and I would like to mention that our starting lineup a little earlier was brought to you by TC Slingers. Let those guys, TC Slingers, save you time, money, and labor with their conveyor application. Call for your free estimate today at 509-885-2269. TC Slingers of Wenatchee, your landscape placement company. By the way, Wenatchee won the toss, Brandon, deferred, and will kick off to Skyline, and Wenatchee will get the kickoff now to start the second half.
Sounds good.
Ready for some football?
Oh, yeah, man.
Me too, man.
Excited to watch.
Been watching those college games, and it makes me want to get after it even more, and here we are.
Right, and speaking of that, I just got a text from Trey Adams, right? He reached out to us real quick, so shout out to the big dog. Go Dogs tomorrow against Boise State.
Some fantastic memories with him playing, doing those games, that's
Definitely.
for sure. Back to receive Luke Morgan for Skyline, a sophomore, 6 foot, 170-pounder. Also back there is William Simon. He's 6'1", 180, so they'll do the return duties for the Spartans here as we are set to get things going. Kicking off for the Panthers. Let's see, who do I have here, Brandon?
Hayden Riley there.
There we go. And we are underway. Football at the Apple Bowl, and it's a pooch kick short, taken at about the 27-yard line by an up man. Gets a pretty good run back, and then is hammered by who else? Hayden Riley, the kicker. And that's where Skyline will begin. And look, the run looked good to start, and then pop.
Right, yeah, it's always your kicker's supposed to hang back, be a little bit of safety. That first kickoff ever, though, you have a little juice going.
So here we go. Skyline has it right off the bat. 11:56, just underway here in the first quarter. Ball will be at their own 37-yard line. Michael Grimmer, the quarterback, brings his team out. 4 wide receivers in this set, and you'll see a lot of that tonight with this team, I have a feeling. Grimmer, once again, 5'11", 175 in shotgun. There's the snap. Just a step drop back wide open over the middle of the field. Caught at the 49, over the 50, across the 45. And that's good down to the Wenatchee 43-yard line. Completion to Nate Fisher. And he's a big target out there, Brandon. 6'2", 210 pounds.
Yeah, we had a little gap in the D there. We're playing some zone, and he was able to slip in that hole on the crosser there.
So into Panther territory come the Spartans here on their first drive. Once again, same formation, 3 receivers split out to the right side. We have to remember the cameras are on the other side of the field, so I can't see. Yeah, that's going to, All right, Grimmer in shotgun again. Handoff this time up the middle. Good yardage. Stutter step at the 35 all the way down to the 30. And that's a 13-yard gain for running back Josh Menold. Good-sized kid, too, 6'1", 210 pounds. 2 plays, 2 good gains here, Brandon, to start with.
Yeah, that summer speed that you're not used to until you play a real opponent, man, that takes some time to get used to quick, and these guys come out hard.
Grimmer again in shotgun. Menold behind him. Same formation. Handoff, same play. It's Menold. Lost his footing a little bit at the line of scrimmage. Still manages to get about 3 down to the Wenatchee 26-yard line. Bring up second down and about 8 for the Spartans down at the Panther 26, maybe 27-yard line. Just underway. First quarter, 10:49 left opening period. His formations haven't changed much. 1 receiver split left side, 3 to the right.
Yeah, they keep in trips to see what our defense is going to adjust to.
Grimmer probably in shotgun all night long. Quick pass out into the flat. It's caught out there and then hit hard down at about the 23-yard line. Catch there by William Simon. Gain of about 5 on that play.
Coach Devereaux shared with me that Mr. Simon there is a speedy guy that they've seen some film on from summer camp, and
can see why he's running back kicks too. Then, huh?
Yeah, they want to get him the ball as much as they can, and little screens, and let him be an athlete.
3 split left this time, 1 to the right side. That's the short side of the field. Menold once again in the backfield, and we've got a flag. 3rd down and 2, and it's an offside on the Panther defense. So that's 1st down for Skyline, not what the Panthers needed. As Skyline continues their march down the field here, it'll bring up a 1st down and 10 now at the Panthers 17. Grimmer, shotgun, looks to the sideline.
Coach Jervis was one of the first to institute hand signals and sideline loading.
I'm just going to ask you if he calls all the plays, and yeah, right. Here's Grimmer now. Looking left side, goes that way, wide open receiver at the 5, fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown Skyline, 17 yards. 5 plays is all that took, and the Skyline Spartans march down the field and score here. With 9:20 left here in the first quarter. On for the extra point for the Spartans is Sean Lee, a junior. Trying to make this a 7-0 game. Holds good. The kick is up, and boy, it was a funky looking thing, but it does go over the crossbar, and it's good.
McPherson might have got a little bit of that.
Right.
Ball, yeah.
9:20 left first quarter. Quickly, it's Skyline 7, Wenatchee nothing. We're back to the field in 30 seconds.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
Plays 63 yards for the Spartans and took off only 2 minutes and 36 seconds off the clock. Point after try good, and the Spartans lead it here 7-0. Pretty impressive drive there,
right,
Brandon.
Yeah, Michael Grimmer was 3 for 3 for 44 yards and a touchdown. Pretty clean opening drive. Got a couple runs there, knocking off 16 yards on the ground by Josh Menold.
Pretty impressive running back, too. You can tell this team is experienced, can't you? You just get this feeling that they know what the other guy's going to do out there. All right, the Panthers now will get their first shot on offense coming up. Here's the kick. Once again, Sean Lee with that kick, and it's going to go. It stays in bounds. It was a foot from the sideline. Wow, the Panther player down there, Benjamin Cook, thought it was going to roll out of bounds. That would have been nice field position. Instead, it took a right turn.
Wow. Yeah, that was less than a foot.
It's like one of those bunts you see in baseball once in a while. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
so the Panthers, that was unfortunate there. Could have had some great field position.
Really lucky it rolled into the end zone, too.
So Panthers with the ball. 9:20 left here first quarter. Anxious to see what the Panthers can do on offense. Jake Devereaux. Is this his 3rd year starting at quarterback? I think he started when he was a sophomore.
Time last year, and then saw some times as a sophomore. So
he's got some experience out there, and we've got to point out he's not afraid to run the football either.
He's not.
Jake's in shotgun, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Now a switch in the formation, 2 in the backfield now. Handoff up the middle, and not much there on first down. Maybe 2 yards on that play.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of movement pre-snap from the offense with Coach Devereaux calling that just to give the defense something else to think about.
I like that. Yeah. I do. Bring up second down and about 7, 3 yards on that play. I'm assuming that was Flugie.
That was Jack Flugie.
Okay, yeah. You're going to see a lot of him tonight. I have a feeling he's a big boy, 6'3", 235 pounds. Also back there, Ethan Wirtz, 6'2", 221. So They could wear on you if they get the ball and get to run a little bit. Wirtz now comes to the line of scrimmage. He is the tight end. Handoff. There's Flugie again.
Jake held that on the read.
Jake did hold that. You're right. Short gain again. Maybe no gain. I'll give him 1 on the play. Bring up 3rd down and 6 now for the Panthers. Trying to get that run established, and I can see that opening things up a little bit for Jake maybe down the road.
It's a great play. It's called power read, and Jake reads the right guy and gives to Flugie or pulls like he did there, and he made a good read, but the defense made a good play too.
What do they call it in the NFL? RPO, run-pass option?
That's
Is that
just a run option.
Okay, that's just the run option.
It's just a read.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't have a pass option on that.
All right, 3rd and 6. Here we go. Devereaux rolls to his right this time. Has a receiver in the flat. Ben Cook can't get to the 30, though. Boy, it is going to be awfully close with that spot. And I think they're going to give it to him. Needed 6 and got 6. I saw the signal first down, and I think they are going to, or are they? Yeah, they are. First down, Panthers. Nice run and catch there. A nice effort by Ben Cook, this junior, to get that extra yard. And the Panthers move the sticks and keep this drive moving. First down and 10 at their own 30. Mason Galvin split out right side, the short side of the field, with Flugie in the backfield. There's that run option again, and Devereaux keeps it.
You see they had an option pitch there with Ernie Velasquez coming around the outside.
I like that, too. 2-yard gain on that.
Keep a watch on that. They are definitely trying to find a guy that they can read and get a little extra yards on.
2nd down and 8 for the Panthers. Clock moving. 7 minutes now left here, first quarter. 7-0, Skyline on top. Devereaux shotgun. Handoff again up the middle. It's Flugie, the big man, and boy, gang tackled after a gain of about 1 on the play. A host of Spartans in on that stop, including big number 50, Alex Tucker, the defensive lineman.
Number 10, Martin Diaz, a little fly motion there to keep the end on the defense on the top side honest, and see a little bit more of that. Eventually you see that fly sweep come around the end.
Well, it's exactly the setup on the last possession. 3rd down and 6. The Panthers got 6 on that 3rd down. Can they do it here? Here's Devereaux. Rolls a bit to his left. Nice fake, and now he's in some trouble. Rolls to his right, looking downfield. Probably made the right decision not to throw that football. Instead, takes a hit out of bounds at about the 32, and that'll only be a loss of 1 on the play. And the Panthers will be forced to punt. That was smart, not throwing it downfield wildly, which, you know, if he was a younger player, may have done. Now he's a senior, and he just ran it out of bounds.
Yeah, he had a flood route on the left-hand side, was well defended, and then we had some leakage on the D there, so he had to put his foot in the ground and try to make something out of it.
So Jack Flugie will be on to punt for the Panthers. That's an interesting kind of dynamic down the road, too. Simon, the dangerous man. Oh, it isn't Simon back there this time. It's Cameron Weir. He's going to pick it up. He does finally at the 25-yard line. Gets up past the 35 and is run out of bounds at about the 37-yard line.
Hayden Riley got the tackle there. It was kind of a pooch to the left. Most of the coverage was to the right.
Do they know these guys are dangerous returners? Is that why they're kind of pooch kicking, you think? Or?
Well, I don't think Jack's their normal punter. I think he's covering it up right now as best he can.
Oh, I gotcha.
Sometimes you got to go with what you have that first week.
So Skyline scored quickly on their first possession, 5 plays, only took 2:36 off the clock. They have the ball in similar field position here. Ball at their own 38-yard line. Got some movement up front, and that'll be a penalty on Skyline.
That procedure.
So that'll take the Spartans back 5 yards. It'll bring up a first down and 15 now. Three receivers again, split out left side, one to the right. Grimmer in shotgun. Claps his hands, looks down the center of the field. Now he's going deep right side. He's got a man. It's caught. at the 25, in for the touchdown, 67 yards. Boom.
Just a tough go route right there.
That pass was perfect by Michael Grimmer. And Weir can fly down that field. What a play by Skyline. 67-yard touchdown.
You get a break on a false start. You start them out 1st and 15, and then
exactly
they look for that matchup. That's why they call it from the sideline, and just a go route right past the corner.
Sean Lee again on for the extra point try. This time it's clean, and it's right through the middle, and it's good. 5:39 left to go. Still first quarter. Skyline 14, Wenatchee nothing. Back to the field in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Hurry in and save up to $200 on a set of 4 tires, plus get an extra $50 off with financing. Les Schwab Tires.
We're back, and Brandon, I don't know if I've ever said this coming back after a score. One play, 67 yards, 10 seconds off the clock. Extra point by Lee, good, and Skyline leads this 14-0, just like that here in the first quarter.
Right, their opening drive only had 5 plays, but they stayed in a 3-1 formation, the trips, and they just keep an eye on what they think they can do. And first play of that second drive showed up the go route.
That pass couldn't have been more perfect right there down the sideline. Holy cow. All right, Sean Lee now will kick it off to the Panthers. Panthers need to get it going on offense. Alex Brender back deep for the Panthers, one of the men back there. In this 14-0 game. Great to have you along tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel. It will go to Brender. The senior takes it at his 5-yard line. Heads up the middle of the field, lowers the shoulder, and gets down to the 25. And that's where the Panthers will begin drive number 2 of tonight. 5:33 left to go, first quarter. So does your thinking change? I know it's early in the game, Brandon, but with your game plan, do you kind of change things now that you're down by 2 touchdowns, or what do you do early in the game?
Right, with one possession, one series, you really got to stick to it.
Right.
You don't have a lot of depth, so you got to really grind the clock.
Fumble on the field, and it looks like the Spartans have recovered at the Panthers' 26-yard line, our first turnover of the night. That didn't look like a very good play from the start, kind of a mishandled, I don't know if it was the snap or was it a run?
It was a read again. And sometimes that mesh, especially early in the season, can be a little sloppy, but look for something big right here from Skyline. Change of possession, you like to take a shot.
Absolutely. What position? The ball is at the Panther 26-yard line. 5:29 left to go, first quarter. And here comes that Skyline offense back out onto the field. Boy, that is a good-size offensive line there, too.
Yep. They have some weight in them there.
Grimmer shotgun. Behind him is Joshua Menold. Gets the handoff, goes into the whole left side. Beautiful block over there by the tackle, and fights his way down to the 16. That will be close to a Skyline first down. Let's see if they give it to him. No, I think he'll be just short. They're going to mark it at the 17, gain of 9.
Hayden Riley in there at the end to wrap him up.
Made a lot of tackles already in this first quarter.
Yeah, his number's been called a little bit.
So second and less than a yard to go here for Skyline in Panther territory. 17-yard line. Grimmer, shotgun, rolls to his right, Menold in front of him to block pass. A little bit behind the receiver, Simon. Took a pop, too. And that will go incomplete.
It's his first incomplete. Took the harder of the 2 throws. His first flat route was wide open, and he waited a little long and had
He had to kind of throw back across his body on that one a little bit.
Give our safety a chance. Michael McPherson put a pop on him.
3rd down and short now for Skyline with that 15-0 lead. We're in the first quarter. Unusual. Grimmer under center this time. Menold with the snap as short yards to go. He breaks the initial tackle and then manages to get down to the 10-yard. Nothing, maybe a yard to a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, they were just looking to get that first down, and you see him under center. That might be the only time you see him under center.
I think so too. Yeah.
They're not used. They're usually a spread gun. Down.
First and goal now for Skyline, right at the 10-yard line. Same formation as Nathan Fisher. The tight end comes in a little bit late. Tucks in at the slot, 2 receivers to his right. The senior.
Fumble there. Bounced right back into his hands. He got lucky.
That was fortunate right there as Ursich does manage to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. That'll bring up 2nd down and goal for the Spartans. Skyline knocking at the door again, looking for some more points with the 2-touchdown lead, facing a 2nd down and goal. Grimmer back to his, normal shotgun position. As Ursich stays in at running back. Screen pass call. Here's Ursich, has a block in front of him into the end zone. Touchdown, Skyline. So 10-yard touchdown run for Ursich. And we've got a 20-0 ball game here, pending the point after, with 3.5 minutes left to go in this one, in the first quarter, I should say.
Tough play for a D. You pin your ears back a little bit early in the game and try to get after him in that position. And
the kick is up, and it's good.
Good call by Coach Jervis over there to catch him in that position.
3 minutes, 30 seconds left to go, first quarter. Just like that, Skyline 21, Wenatchee nothing. More from the Apple Bowl in 30 seconds.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today, and let's find your happy place.
5 plays on that scoring drive for Skyline. They started at the Wenatchee 26, didn't have to go that far. It did take 2 minutes off the clock. The point after by Sean Lee, good again, and Spartans lead it now 21-0. These times of possession, Brandon, their scoring drives, 2 minutes, 36 seconds, 10 seconds, and 2 minutes.
Yeah,
not what you want to see. Yeah, but a turnover does make
right
the
down
difference.
There close to the red zone. Quarterback's 5 for 6 for 121 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Wow, what a first quarter.
Yeah, right under less than 10 minutes.
Benjamin Cook back for the Panthers along with Tristan Witherington. Both juniors back there as Sean Lee gets set to kick off for Skyline. Here's the kick. It's going to go to Benjamin Cook's side of the field. Takes it at about the 7-yard line across the 10. Looks to get to the outside. Can't do it. Tripped up by Mason Perello for Skyline and just couldn't get that corner. So the Panthers start deep in their territory at their own 12-yard line. 3 minutes, 25 seconds left to go. Panthers haven't had the greatest field position to start either here. 25, 20, and 20.
Right, they got lucky on that prior
12-yard line now, yeah,
fumble,
right.
Yeah, but
all right, Panthers now in need of a drive here, down 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. Devereaux in shotgun. Flugie back there with him.
Little counter play here.
And off some yards and a nice run by Flugie. Lowers those shoulders. Remember, he's a big boy. Gets over the 20-yard line, and that's a nice gain of about, what, 7 yards?
7 right in there,
Flugie, yeah.
They're giving him 7. Nice counter
I'll give
play
him
there.
7. Heck yeah.
Little
He's
gap
alone. What a
there,
strong kid, huh?
He's a big kid.
Panthers second down and a short 3. Devereaux shotgun. Looks like a blitz is coming for Skyline. It does. Perfectly timed and got Flugie, I think, before he even got to the line of scrimmage that time. Big Zane Quay. And he's big, I'm not kidding. 6 feet, 275 pounds, makes the stop, and that's a loss of 1.
Yeah, he's playing both ways. He's our center on the other side of the ball too.
You can't miss the hair, Brandon.
No,
Just get it out there.
Yeah,
that's a Troy Polamalu type hairdo right there. All right, 3rd down and 4 now for the Panthers after that loss on the last play. Devereaux shotgun, pretty good protection this time. Takes a pop as he throws it at a receiver just over the outstretched arms of Benjamin Cook. And that brings up 4th down for Wenatchee.
Stops the clock on the incompletion. That's a tough one too. We're hoping for a little bit of a longer drive to eat up some clock, get some momentum, feel good about the couple series here.
Boy, that pass was almost there.
It was a good pass.
I'll
right
give
out of
Jake
the
some
fingers,
credit.
yeah.
He stood in there knowing he's going to get popped by 2 guys and got it off.
Yep.
All right, here's Flugie again. We'll do the punting, and as Brandon mentioned, not the normal punter. Cam Weir, very dangerous, standing at the Skyline 45-yard line. Good snap. Flugie gets the punt off. Not a bad punt.
Turn it here.
Here's Weird right at the 41-yard line. Stutter steps middle of the field. Gets a block on the outside. Takes the outside. You might see a clip on that play. The referee, the back judge didn't call it, who probably had the best view of that, but the side judge ended up throwing the flag. And it looked like it was from our vantage point too, didn't it? It was very
it's such
close.
a different interpretation now. You have to be so careful about it.
It wasn't a vicious block by any means.
He kept his hands out in front of him and blocked him pretty solid without taking his helmet off.
It was Nathan Fisher that got caught with that clip. Or I guess block in the back is what it's called, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think this one would probably be a legal block of a defenseless player now, they call it. But
is that what it's called now?
We'll see if it stands. They're going to talk about it here a little bit.
Well, that was really close. The break for the Panthers is it'll take Skyline back now.
Such a huge emphasis by the state of Washington WIA of player safety and those blinds. Yeah, with the concussion protocol. We saw that change over the 20 years that I coached, and that's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
And
you're right.
You can still be violent and then good at what you do, tackle strong without being dirty about it.
Exactly. All right, Skyline now that move back to their own 37-yard line. 1st down and 10 with 1:59 left to go in this opening quarter. Skyline up 21-0 here early on. Grimmer in shotgun once again with Josh Menold in the backfield. Menold gets the handoff right side, has some nice blocking over there, tries to turn the corner, does, gets the 1st down, and then is wrestled down at the 48-yard line after a nice gain of about 11 yards for Menold.
Really nice blocking by the receivers on the outside zone play there. It's tough, man, when your receivers got to be able to be extensions of that line and block downfield.
That right tackle, Colin Amick, a nice block on that side as well. So 1st down just like that for Skyline, almost to midfield, ball at their own 49-yard line. Just 3 receivers in this offensive set. Spread it out a little bit as normal with Menold in the backfield. Grimmer shotgun. 1:22 clock rolling here, 1st quarter. Grimmer's shotgun has all day to figure out what he's going to do, and then just runs it out of bounds after about a yard gain on that scramble.
Quarterback had a good read. He saw he had his time to throw, but he saw the blitz off the edge by Martin Diaz, and he rolled away from it. Didn't get much out of the game, but at least didn't throw it away on him.
Pretty good coverage out there, too.
Yeah, good blitz, little late show.
They're going to mark that right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on that play. Brings up 2nd down and 10. Fisher, the tight end, in the slot. Weir, ever dangerous on the right side. Grimmer gets this snap, looks to the left side, goes over the middle of the field, wide open again, caught at the 40, loses some ground, and then finally gets tackled at about the 42. I think it cost him a couple of yards and maybe a first down there, Brandon.
Yeah, they gave him, what, 9 there?
9.
Just your basic curl flat combo, and he sat in the zone there. And here they go with their no look, get up to the line.
Timeout called quickly by Panther coach Scott Devereaux. Luke Morgan, by the way, on that receiving end of that. So timeout on the field. We'll take a quick one, too. Well, 16 seconds left first quarter. Skyline 21, Wenatchee nothing. Back to the field in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
I have no idea what I'm doing. That's why we need you. We need people to run cameras so I can get back down on the broadcast and talk about what's going on. We pay $75 per event. If it's sports, if it's a parade, if it's Apple Blossom, if it's a Super Oval, $75. If that sounds like some extra good money for you, we'd love you to be part of our team. All you have to do is email me, sports@ncwlife.com. sports@ncwlife.com. In the meantime, I got to go figure out this camera.
Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by Abby's Pizza. For more than 50 years, Abby's has proudly served the Northwest with Pop Eats to the Edge, 100% real cheese and freshly rolled dough. Make it an Abby Pizza tonight. Sounds pretty good right now, Brandon.
Yeah, it does.
3rd down and 1. Panthers call a timeout as Skyline was in a hurry-up offense out of the last play. And on this 3rd down and short, here's Grimmer in shotgun.
11 personnel with a tight end up top. And there's our jump again. Unfortunately, that'll be an easy first down for Skyline.
Austin Vanderkooi, 6 foot, 190-pound junior with the jump there, and that will give Skyline an easy first down. You know, they have a 21-0 lead. At least make them earn these first downs, right?
Right. Yeah, that's what these no-huddle quick look teams do. They'll want to change tempo a little bit on 3rd and short. Coming out of timeout, you're ready to.
Is this a common style of play on the west side, kind of like this? Or not so much?
It's kind of cyclical. Right? Skyline was such ahead of the game, and then throughout the Puget Sound they went with it. But, you know, so much of the weather over there, a lot of schools run their wing tee. And
that's true.
So, yeah, it depends on who you got.
Right.
If you got one of the Huber boys at quarterback, you can see the spread.
Absolutely. Here's, once again, Menold, a nice run again down to the 30-yard line. Gets 7 on that carry, and that'll bring up 3rd and short. 3rd about 2.5 coming up here now for Skyline. I guess it's 2nd and 3. Ball right at the Wenatchee 30-yard line.
There's your quarter.
And that is the end of the first quarter. So after the first quarter of play, to open off our football coverage here on the NCWLIFE Channel for 2023. Not the kind of start the Panthers were hoping for after one here. It's Skyline 21 and Wenatchee nothing. We'll be back here in 60 seconds. Stay with us.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
Welcome back to Lee Bothno Field at the Apple Bowl. We have completed one quarter of play here, the non-conference matchup, non-league play between the Wenatchee Panthers and the Skyline Spartans. And so far tonight, Brandon Harle, it has been all Skyline, leading this one 21-0 as we head to the second quarter.
Right, after one quarter, Michael Grimmer, the quarterback, is 6 for 7 for 130 yards and 3 touchdowns.
That's a quarter.
Yeah.
Second down and 3 facing the Spartans out of that quarter break. Here's Menold again around the right side. And I think it's going to be awfully close to the first down. Looks like they're going to give it to him at the 26-yard line. Needed the 27, and that will be a first down. Gain of 4.
Yeah, the Panthers did a good job of stretching the field to keep that zone run to the sidelines, but he was able to sneak in a first down there.
Menold's a tough runner, 6'1", 180 pounds. Has some kind of deceptive speed once he gets to the outside, too. All right, first down at 10, Spartans at the Panther 26-yard line. Grimmer's shotgun, claps his hands, fakes the handoff, now rolls to his right. All kinds of time going into the end zone. Has a receiver. It's a touchdown, Skyline. 26 yards. Grimmer, who was the receiver over there?
Number 3, Connor Schooneman.
Connor Schooneman, all right. (27-0) now. Here's Leon for the point after try. Snap, the hold is down, the kick is up, it just slides in that left upright, and it is good. 11:44 left second quarter. Skyline 28, Wenatchee nothing. Stay with us, we're back after this.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
We are back once again. 6 plays on that drive. 63 yards once again on that drive for Skyline. Took 3 minutes 28 seconds off the clock. Schooneman, what was it? A 26-yard pass from Grimmer, and we are at 28-0 here early in the second quarter. Not really what I expected, Brandon, here early on, that's for sure.
Sure thing, yeah. Grimmer's showing some poise, being able to move around that pocket.
And he is getting some protection, Brandon. He hasn't been touched back there, it seems, all night.
He's getting rid of the ball when he needs to quick. And
Lee to kick it off. Once again for the Panthers, back there's Benjamin Cook. He won't get this one, though. The fellow junior Tristan Witherington gets hit initially way back at the 10 and then manages to fight past the 15. Late flag comes in. Down at the 16-yard line, pretty much right where the flag is. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. It's going to be, face mask.
Oh, yeah,
in the
face
pile
mask.
there.
That'll help the field position somewhat here. 11:37 left to go, second quarter.
All right, let's see if the Panthers can put together a little bit of a drive.
That would be nice to see. It really would. Just an answer here.
Yeah,
just
get some momentum
and some confidence.
Yeah, feel good about what you're doing.
So the ball will be placed at the Panther 32-yard line, and that's where they'll begin the 5th drive of the night. 2 punts and a fumble so far tonight. So the Panthers need this to show a sign of life here on offense. 3 receivers split out right side. Quick pass and ahead of the receiver, the intended receiver. And that was to Ernie Velasquez. Ball just ahead of him a bit.
Yeah, just a quick bubble screen there.
Had a blocker there too.
Yep, just trying to get something going here. Receiver kind of floated on his route. Needed to be a little sharper on the bubble, but
boy, it's got to be hard to kind of keep your head in a game like this. Now you're down 4 touchdowns, and You're trying to just get something positive, aren't you?
Yeah, you definitely are. I've coached long enough. I've been in a lot of these games too, where you're just trying to build from here.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 10. Devereaux shotgun. Snap, fades back. Little screen, inside screen, set up. Nice gain. Up to the 45, 50, and off to the races. It's Finn Matheson, and he's down finally at the Skyline 26-yard line. What is it,
38, about 40-yard gain there, I think.
What a nice run that time. Nice run and pass. I like the inside screen.
Yeah, a little tunnel screen. We call that a Hawaii screen in our system, and that's what you need, right?
The spark that the Panthers needed.
Yeah.
1st and 10 now at the Skyline 27-yard line. Flugie, the handoff, busts through the first tackle and fights his way across the 25 down to the 24-yard line. Brought down there by Agassi Owen, the linebacker.
3 or 4 yard gain there for Flugie. Again, just try to move those chains.
Absolutely.
Keep the defense on the field.
2nd and 7 from the Spartan 25-yard line. We're approaching 10.5 minutes left to go first half. Devereaux directing a little bit of traffic. Here's the snap, back to pass. Another screen is set up. This time it's Flugie. Breaks tackles and then plows over the defensive back there.
Needed 7, got 8 for that first down. It was a great call. The middle linebacker was on a blitz. We picked him up a little bit on a chip block, and then perfect call on the screen there. You can see Coach Devereaux seeing that they're being overly aggressive. Now when you're up by this much, your defense can take more risks.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, so screen plays are pretty smart calls.
Jackson Menold took the brunt of that run by Flugie at the end there, ended up on his back. 1st and 10 now. Panthers on the move. Ball at the 10-yard line. I should say 15-yard line. Here's Devereaux. Looks right, going that way. Will it get there? And boy, that was a jump ball in the end zone. Could have gone either way there, really.
It was where it needed to be, in the back corner of the end zone. Mason Galvin is a really good athlete, tall kid. Go let him be an athlete. Give
Absolutely.
him a chance.
I like that idea.
But, yeah, first down, take a shot. You're in the red zone. Let your players be players here.
On coverage was Nicholas Gadian, a senior for Skyline. Brings up 2nd down at 10 now. Ball at the Panthers' 16-yard line. Clock moving here, 2nd quarter, 28-0, Skyline on top. Connor Christensen in the backfield now. Here's one of those screens again. Inside, it's Cook, and he takes a shot at the 15-yard line. Benjamin Cook on the tunnel screen, you call it, right? Or Hawaii.
Yeah, it was a little bit, a little
wasn't
different.
Quite
yeah.
a little different.
A little bit of a different one, but similar look. Yeah, he fought past that.
That's a tough yard right there.
When you run that screen into the defense like that, there's some bodies you got to watch out for.
3rd down and 9 now. Clock still moving as we are approaching 9 minutes left first half. Galvin split far outside to the left. In the slot is Finn Matheson. Here's Devereaux with the snap, rolling to his right, looking, almost at the sideline, and then throws it away smartly. That will bring up
on the
4th
outside.
down.
Ben Cook put his foot in the ground and slipped, and that's unfortunate. That was their primary read, and when the primary read falls down, everything else
trouble. You're right.
And then Jake had to pump it in there, but you're looking at 4th and 9 here. You're down by 28.
Oh, you go for it all day long, don't you?
Your primary kicker isn't eligible this week, so, yep, you got to give it a go.
That's why when we got the starting sheet from Coach Devereaux, it was kind of vague for the kickers.
With practice times and the amount, some of the kids showing up late at the beginning of the season. Got to follow those rules, and some of them don't have enough practices.
Absolutely, as the Panthers call a timeout now. And I want to talk over this 4th down and 9. It's a big one here. 8:50 left in the 2nd quarter. Skyline 28, Wenatchee nothing. Back in 30 seconds.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by Apple Valley Honda. Test drive a new Honda today at Apple Valley Honda in East Wenatchee. They are committed to preserving the environment, not only with fuel-efficient vehicles, but also with their eco-friendly actions and alternatives. Here we go. Panthers have decided to go for 3 here. Kicker is Hayden Riley.
First game for the referees, too.
It is.
So sometimes they're out of position. You got to remember where to be.
Ball be placed at what? The 26-yard line. The attempt is up, and it looks like it. Did it get there? No, just short. 36-yard attempt, right?
Yeah, a little short there. A little short to the left.
Panthers, pretty decent drive that time, though, I will say. 6-play drive. 7-play make that.
Yeah, they ate up some clock. They had some good momentum going on the offense. That really nice screenplay that Finn Matheson busted for over 60 yards and just couldn't quite put it together there at the end. But that's something to build on, something better.
Well, maybe they can find out things that are working here now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Right.
You have to make your adjustments as well.
All right, first down and 10 now for Skyline. It's Grimmer. Handoff. Menold, right side, keeps his feet. It isn't Menold.
Nicholas Guyton there, number 1. That's his first carry of the game.
Nice gain over the right side for about 7 on that play.
Very athletic, shifty run there.
So it'll be second down and short now for Skyline. Second down and 2. Ball at their own 28-yard line.
So second and short, you tend to want to take a shot at something if you can.
Do. That's the down to do it. You're right. Grimmer play action. No, he does hand it off left side. Once again, it's Gadian. Gets the first down and more all the way up to the Skyline 36-yard line. Gain of 8 on that play. And the clock keeps moving. Under 8 minutes now left, second quarter on this gorgeous, gorgeous first football night here in the Wenatchee Valley. Boy.
Not an ounce of wind. The flag's dead over there.
Just gorgeous. Yeah. Hope you have a great long Labor Day weekend, and hope you're starting it off with a little high school football tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We've got a lot of football coming up. We'll talk more about that at halftime. First down and 10, Skyline at their own 36-yard line. We got a whistle and a quick timeout. I don't think Skyline may have had the right personnel out there.
The play clock was running down. I think
that
they are
too.
trying to take some time off the clock as well. They're trying to keep the clock moving. 2 running plays in a row. Get their offensive linemen some work as well.
Well, that's not a bad idea for them.
Keep the clock moving. And
do want to recognize some more of our sponsors. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy. You can find them online at biosports.net. They're open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Also by Confluence Health, high-quality care close to home. Confluence Health is dedicated to improving our patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities. And by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their #1 priority. Diesels and European cars are their specialty. Pick up and drop off is available. Stop by their website at globalcarcare.net. We do want to thank our sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't be doing this every week, and we want to keep doing this, so thank you very much. All right, first and 10 out of that timeout. Ball to Spartan 36 with the 28-0 lead. Play action this time, pass over the middle, a nice gain again, 45, almost up to midfield. Connor Schoeneman again on the reception. 13 yards on that play. Takes it up to the 49-yard line.
Nice option right there. They had a bubble they were looking at. Our defense kind of had to honor that as that third option kind of sank in that hole and made a good read.
They do a nice job of working the middle of the field, don't they?
Yeah, the quarterback has got his eyes up, looking downfield, and it's been impressive.
Grimmer now, once again, under center. 5'11", 175-pound senior gets the snap, looks right side coming this way, has Weir there, and he falls to make the catch just past the first down marker, I believe, close to the 40-yard line. Give him 10, and that'll be another Skyline first down now quickly into Panther territory. Clock stopped with 6:50 left in the first half.
Panthers are playing zone D, and with that, the Skyline Spartans have been reading that curl flat combo, and you just wait for that break and sit in the zone, and that's right where it was.
And I'll tell you, this offensive line has done one heck of a job for Grimmer. Very impressive. 1st and 10 as Grimmer looks to the sideline. Moves Gaddy in now to his left side. 4 receivers in there again. Here's the handoff. Gaddy, a huge hole left side in the middle of the field. 25-20 brought down there at the 20-yard line. 20 yards on that run.
Panthers had a blitz with their middle linebacker again, and sure enough, Spartans.
And it's a gamble, isn't it? It's a guessing game. It really is.
You pick up that blitz, and you're able to bounce outside of that. That's where that run went.
That's right. Nice hit by Alex Brender at the end of that play. He's trying to get that defense fired up out there. As the Spartans, another first down, 1st and 10 at their Panther 20-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Keep your eye on number 0, Weir. Seems to be a favorite target. Handoff Gaddy in up the middle. Not much that time. Nice tackle by the Panthers. Ethan Wirtz on that play. And that'll be a gain of about 3. Menold we haven't seen now for a couple of series. I wonder if he's okay. Number 22 kind of did the bulk of the ball carrying in that first quarter, but
just shared the load a little bit here with 3 other backs.
You got a 4-touchdown lead, I guess, so you got some options.
Certainly do.
James Ursich in there now at running back. Trips right this time. 1 receiver left side. Grimmer pass on the inside. There's that dangerous Weir. Look at him change field. The 10-yard line gets inside the 10, and that is going to be very close. I think he has another first down.
Gets about 1.5 yards there. So, yeah, Panthers did a good job of shedding the offensive blockers and was in position. But when you have a good athlete like that.
Ultra quick is Weir. Cameron Weir, a 5'10". He's only 150 pounds, and get this, only a junior as well for Skyline. Having himself a first half. All right, 1st and goal for Skyline now at the Panther 8-yard line. 4:52 left in the second quarter. Grimmer rolling to his right again. He's running out of room and then just decides to run out of bounds. That might even be a loss of a yard on that play. It is. That takes it back to the 9-yard line. Stops the clock with 4:44 left in the second. All right, here we go. 2nd down and goal at the 9-yard line. Gaddy with the handoff, gets inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. Gain of 5. That'll bring up 4th down.
Ethan Wirtz shed his block there, made the play on defense, wrapped him up. He was heading for the end zone on that. You could see the gap there.
Wirtz has played a good game on the defensive side so far tonight. I've called his name a few times.
Right.
I guess it's hard to judge in this type of game, but
when you're playing D-end or D-line on a game where they're airing it out a lot, you don't get your number called a lot.
So 4th down, Skyline going for it at the Panther 4-yard line. Oh, it is 3rd down. I'm sorry, 3rd down and goal. You're right. And a timeout called by the Spartans. We'll take one as well. 3 minutes, 59 seconds left to go before halftime. It's Skyline 28 and Wenatchee nothing. More from the Apple Bowl in 30 seconds.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
Three minutes, 59 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Skyline with the football deep in Panther territory. 3rd down and goal. The ball is at the 4-yard line, and it's a 28-0 ball game, Brandon, but this is a huge play for the Panther defense right here. It really is.
Again, you talk about confidence. This
Absolutely.
is another one you need to make here. Feel a little bit better about what you're doing. And
showing blitz, and they're coming at Grimmer. He rolls to the left, and they're going to get him. Number 45, Connor Christensen, the senior, and that'll bring up 4th down, and Grimmer looks like he might be a little shaken up, shaking that arm a little bit.
Yeah, great play by one of the senior captains. Connor, being a multi-year starter there at linebacker, managed to slip through that line and get what we needed there.
Loss of 7 on that sack. And that brings up 4th down and goal now from the 11-yard line. Skyline going to go for it here. Interesting. Menold back in there now at running back as well. Grimmer shotgun. Looks to the right side. He's in some trouble. Then loses the football. Who's got it down there? Wenatchee may have recovered it.
Yeah, either way, it was 4th down.
That's right. They do recover it. But it keeps them, that's right, they were going forward on 4th, so it really doesn't matter.
Have a fumble recovery than a turnover on downs.
Right.
The Panthers had good defense. It was a nice job of the secondary and allowed the D-line and the linebackers to pursue the quarterback.
Oh, man, Brandon, let's be honest, that was a huge stop by the Panthers right there. That could have just put this thing away early in the second half if they'd have scored here.
3 minutes left in the quarter, going into halftime. Let's see if we can get a drive here.
Right, get a drive going right now.
Get some points.
Devereaux and shotgun. Looks right side, has a receiver out there, Cook. Short gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. Give him 4.
You get just a quick hitch. Again, you start your drive off. You see the defense playing zone. Might as well. Here we get a 7 to 5 yard gain on an easy pitch and catch.
Right.
Gives the quarterback some confidence, gives the wide receiver some confidence. You get rid of the ball quick, so the line doesn't have to keep battling as long.
2nd and 5, Panthers. 2:30 left to go, second quarter. Trips left side for Devereaux. Screen out in the flat. Taken at the 18, switches sides, comes back, and maybe a yard gain on that play.
Finn Matheson there, I think, for that. Yeah, he ran about 20 yards to get 1. That's the hardest thing to do as a receiver, learn to trust that, get outside. If he would have just put his foot in the ground, he would have got 5 yards.
Right.
But, you know, as receivers, you're taught you want to get as much as you can.
And that's just a natural instinct, too, isn't it?
You get it. He's trying to get more for his team.
3rd down and 3, Panthers. Big down right here for Wenatchee. Ball thrown left side. Did it hit the ground or did he make the catch? No, it did hit the ground right in front of Coach Devereaux. He's not complaining too much as he's pointing right at the spot, the official. And that'll bring up 4th down. You got to do a little politicking out there.
Well, yeah, Coach Dev is never, if it's right in front of the coaches and nobody's making much of a stink about it, you probably know that the ref made the right call. And of course, the receiver's always going to, make a complaint.
Ooh, and this could be a dangerous situation right here for the Panthers, too. The dangerous Cameron Weir standing back at the 50-yard line. Jack Flugie, not usually the punter for the Panthers, back to kick this one away. A little high on the snap. Short kick. A wobbler that lands at about the 42-yard line. Does take a Panther bounce. And it looks like it'll be down at the Wenatchee 47. So Skyline, yeah, with 1:26 left. The ball at the Panther 47-yard line. We'll see what the Spartans can do here.
Going into halftime, I would imagine they're going to be pretty aggressive here. They have one timeout left, if I do the math right.
They do. No, I think you're right. They'll be aggressive here. Panthers, though, on defense, I'm noticing getting a little bit better penetration now on this line than they did early in this game.
It is so hard for 2-a-days, for 2 weeks, to build that game speed. You just don't see that with your JV scout team guys.
Sure.
And it's really get punched in the mouth that first game right away.
Grimmer shotgun. Back to pass, has some time. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to go down back in Skyline territory at the 41-yard line.
Gabe Patterson got a good stunt up called there by Coach Taylor Mitchell, defensive coordinator, and cut him loose, man. That's what we needed, right?
Loss of 13 on the play. Well, about 9, I guess. I had 13, the original spot. We'll call it 9. It's a loss. 2nd and 19 now. The clock's still running, under a minute to go.
It's our 3rd sack on him in the last, this quarter.
It is.
So
it is.
That's something there for us.
Grimmer, bad snap, kind of fluttered a little bit. Does get the screen pass off to Menold. Manages to get across midfield and then is taken down at the original line of scrimmage at about the 47-yard line. So gain of 9 on that play. Timeout is called and used, the final timeout by Skyline with 28 seconds left. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 11 for Skyline. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Harvest Valley Pest Control, living healthy, living and local and pest free. You can rest assured with Harvest Valley Pest Control that they're using kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control today for your free estimate. That number 509-423-2207. Also brought to you by the Kennedy Real Estate Group. They're more than selling houses, they're building communities. Buying or selling, call the Kennedy Real Estate Group online at kennedygroup.com. All right, so Skyline facing a 3rd down and 11. Ball at the Panther 47.5-yard line. 28 seconds left. It's a big play for both sides right here. I'm sure Skyline would just like to get that first. Well, even more than that. But here's Grimmer now. He's looking left, and the ball, is it caught there? It is.
A 9-yard gain, just a
little bit short of that first down. Clock is stopped momentarily at 18 seconds. 4th and very short for Skyline here.
Yeah, that's a first down route, right? Just a 10-yard out.
It wasn't a terrible pass. He just kind of bobbled it, didn't he?
We got a good spot, I think. Now we're in a 4th and less than a yard there. Might see our quarterback go under center here for their short yardage. There it is.
Grimmer hands it off. Menold, more than enough for the first down inside the Wenatchee 35-yard line. Clock stopped momentarily at 13 seconds. That is a first down. Ball will be spotted at the Wenatchee 32. First down and 10, Skyline. 13 seconds. Clock is moving. He spikes it, and that'll stop the clock at, well, it stopped at 8.9. Give Skyline time for, what do you think? 1 play or maybe 2?
The way that they air it out, I would imagine that it's going to be
probably
one play. One play right here. Average plays anywhere from 6 to 8 seconds. So we'll see here. They got their 3-man set down here. They're going to go trips.
Ball at the Wenatchee 32.
Sorry about that.
No problem. As Brandon said, trips to the right side. Grimmer claps his hands, gets the snap. Now he's going deep left side. Receiver runs into the Wenatchee defensive back. I think both of them going for the ball, and a good no call.
Our corner stayed on top, which is above the receiver, and the receiver had nowhere to go but run into him.
That is a good no call. It really is.
It's just a good football play.
So Skyline.
So you're right. They have one more chance here. They didn't eat up a lot of clock there. 3 seconds. This will be it.
Kind of surprised, too, that only took 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But Skyline will get another crack at it. .32 yards for the score is what they're looking for. We're getting a lot of attention on this right side. We got to delay a game, it looks like, on Skyline. Takes that pass into the end zone even a little bit farther now.
Right.
So that'll take the ball back to the 37-yard line with 3.5 seconds left in the first half.
Well, Grimmer's shown his arm. He's got enough in there.
Boy, he does.
Mason Galvin, our safety, is playing a little extra deep, knowing very well what's coming here.
Grimmer shotgun. Once again down to the end of the second quarter, and a screen pass almost picked off there. Nice read, number 31, Daniel Moffitt, from his linebacker position. Read that, knocked it to the ground, and that will do it for the first half. Our score at halftime, been all Skyline. It's the Spartans 28 and the Wenatchee Panthers nothing. Stay with us. Halftime show and report coming your way in 2 minutes.
This is Grace, and this is her world record-holding guinea pig with an iconic name, Abby.
She currently holds the Guinness World Record for the highest bar jump by a guinea pig. I ride horses and I jump, so I kind of thought it'd be interesting to teach my guinea pig to jump like my horse does.
One day she came out of her room and looked at us, and I said, "Did you get it?" And she said, "Yeah, we got it."
After we won our award, we came to Abby's to celebrate.
Hey man, how's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen is a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions, and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
Hi, this is Eric Grandstrom, the NCWLIFE Channel Sports Director. While the teams are working hard, we're working hard to bring you 20 broadcasts this fall.
Over the middle, the ball is caught, and just like that, gets through everybody.
It's Eastmont
to the end zone. Touchdown, Eastmont.
It's Wenatchee.
10-5, touchdown.
Even Cashmere.
Killed by Nell. It's in. Good maneuver. Red footer. Go, 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 go.
Right here on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new mid-size Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by the good folks at Les Schwab. Les Schwab takes your safety seriously every time you stop by. Also by Sangster Motors, family-owned and operated, home of the all-new electric Hummer pickup and SUV. Grant Olson along with Brandon Harle. We're at halftime here at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl, where it's a non-league matchup between the Wenatchee Panthers and the Skyline Spartans. And so far in this first half, Brandon, unfortunately it's been all Spartans here, scoring early and often in this one. The Panthers played much better in about halfway through the second half, and it kind of changed the complexity of this game a little bit. But the first half, as far as that goes, the damage was done early by Skyline.
Right, when you put up 3 touchdowns right away in the first quarter with very limited time, one of those touchdowns coming on a 60-yard pass, 10 seconds on the drive, you said. So the quarterback for Skyline right now is 12 for 16 for 196 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Having a game game, without a doubt. That's for sure. And the thing about the Panthers is they gained a little confidence. You could see that, as we mentioned, kind of in that second quarter. The Spartans finished off a late first quarter drive into the second quarter, but that was about it for Skyline. That entire second quarter didn't do much on their 3 drives, including a fumble.
Yeah.
So the Panthers, can they take that into the locker room with some confidence here in this second half, even though they're down by 4 touchdowns?
I think they have to. I know I've been in there many times when you're looking for that thing you can talk to them about, to like, let's build from here, right? Let's win the second half. First half's done. We can't worry about that score. Let's chip away. Let's win the third quarter. And then maybe we're back in the fight in the fourth quarter.
Right. As far as scoring drives go, was Skyline on their first drive. It was 5 plays. They went 63 yards, took 2 minutes 36 seconds off the clock, a 17-yard men-old run at 7-0 for the Spartans. And then, the next down was 10 seconds, 1 play, 67 yards, Grimmer to Weir. Made the score 14-0. And then another drive. It was a 5-play drive. Took 2 minutes off the clock in the first quarter. A Urich 10-yard touchdown run made it 21-0. And then the early second quarter touchdown for Skyline. That one was a 6-play drive, also 63 yards. Took 3 minutes 28 seconds off the clock. 26 yards from Schooneman, from Grimmer, and that made the score 28-0. And then, as I mentioned, the Spartans pretty much shut down their other 2 drives in that second quarter. Believe it or not, the Panthers only had 5 drives in the entire first half. 3 of those resulted in punts, and then a field goal try from 36 yards for the Panthers was no good in that second quarter, and that's where we stand at 28-0. So we'll take another break. We'll come back, and Brandon will have all your halftime stats, and we'll continue our halftime show from Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl in 3 minutes. Stay with us. Tune in Monday through Friday at 5, 6, and 10 for the NCWLIFE Evening News, or go to our website at ncwlife.com, or you can visit us on Facebook. North Central Washington, the NCWLIFE Channel has you covered.
Guten Samir das Problem sagen.
Meinen Zylinder überschwingt. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren.
Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragenschlüssel.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
I'm Jenny Rojanowski, host of Network TV, and I'm looking for you, our next guest, to come on air live at the NCWLIFE studios. We would love to feature your business, organization, or nonprofit and share about the work or innovation happening inside of your organization. It's super easy to come on air. You just need to send us an email, info@ncwtech.org. That's info@ncwtech.org.
halftime at the Apple Bowl. First game of our broadcast season here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Great to have you along tonight. Grant Olson along with Brandon Harle. Brandon, it's been great to have you here. Your insight into this game has been great so far in this first half. I just wish it was going a little bit different way, but we have another half of football. So tell us how the first half shaped up.
Well, it was all Skyline, obviously, right? A lot of yards there. Their quarterback, again, was 12 or 16 for 196 yards. Had 3 running backs that rushed for over 103 yards combined. For the Panthers, we had Jake Devereaux, 6 for 10 for 59 yards. 40 of that came from Finn Matheson on a nice screenplay. Ben Cook has also had 3 receptions for 10 yards. And Jack Flugie, our big running back, has 5 carries for 12.
Which is kind of a surprise, isn't it? You'd think that Flugie, he looked like he had some better yardage than that, but got stuffed up in the middle quite a few times there.
Yeah, we had some minus yards on a few plays, so, you know, those are give and take. And when you're in that position, when you're down, too, and you're not used to, your game plan is to run the clock down. You're thin on both sides of the ball. You want to take control of the clock. And when you get down 21 points quick, you got to try to stick with your game plan, but you're still trying to play catch up.
So we never did really talk about injuries to the Panthers prior to this game. Did they come in with some injuries to some key players, or were they in pretty good shape coming in?
Talking to Coach Devereaux, that's the one thing. Any coach who coaches a long time, the first thing you want to ask, hey, are you healthy?
Right.
And when I asked him today, when I saw him in the hallways, he said, yeah, we're healthy. We're, all kids after 2 days and 2 weeks of practice.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody's worn out, but they're itching to get in. So no, I don't know of any specific injuries in terms of that. So pretty healthy all overall.
So what are we looking at for Skyline stats in that first then?
So I was looking at 196 passing, 103 rushing, so 296, about 300 yards.
Wow, that's a lot of yards in the first half for Skyline, that's for sure. But man, all that damage was done in about a quarter and a quarter.
Yeah,
you know,
it was half of that first quarter. It was a lot of. And again, that's I've said it a few times, just that speed that you can't replicate coming into that first game, and you play a quality opponent like Skyline, who is a fast, athletic team.
And I got to say, that 67-yard pass from Grimmer to Weir, that ball was money in that first quarter.
It's as good of a high school play as you'll see.
Oh, man, I guess so. Yeah. I do want to mention that we have lots of sports coming up here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Coming up on Tuesday, September 5th, Skyline will be back here in Wenatchee to play girls soccer. You can hear all that coverage with Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wisen. We'll have it live on Facebook at 6 o'clock, and we'll have it delayed on our TV station at 6:30. Remember, that's coming up on Tuesday. Also, the next Tuesday, September 12th, it's Eastmont at Wenatchee Volleyball, and that'll be live at 7 p.m. Eric Grandstrom on the call for that. The very next night, we'll have more coverage here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Eastmont at Wenatchee Girls Soccer. Once again, Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wisen. That'll be live at 7 p.m. And then coming up Friday, September 15th, it's the Bridge of Sportsmanship game. Eastmont coming right here to the Apple Bowl, and we will have live coverage beginning at 6:30 with the kickoff at 7. Tell you what, looking forward to this game this year. Eastmont's going to have a heck of a ball club this year.
Yeah, I was speaking to Coach Devereaux about that, and Eastmont doesn't participate as much as they used to in our summer camp. They do a few of their own, but we are well aware that their track team is made up with a lot of football players, and that is something that, plus a lot of seniors, if I remember correctly, you have a large senior class who's put together a lot of impressive victories.
Nick Gale, their quarterback back. Gunnar Peterson is going to be a force this year. I think is he a senior finally this year, or just a junior?
I think he is. I know his dad, and I think I remember him saying he's a senior, and yeah, they have some athletes, and they run and run and run.
That's the old wing tee, isn't it?
Yeah, a little they
variation
put their own twist on it. Yeah, I mean it's your traps and your buck sweeps and your counters.
Right.
But it is their version of it. So.
Well, both teams are back here out on the field, warming up, getting set for this second half. Gosh, this weather, just beautiful night here in the Wenatchee Valley. It's got to still be in the 70s probably, low 70s right now. I think we're about 82 today. Just fantastic weather.
A few rock and roll nights this week with the weather. I was wondering if it was going to stretch into Friday with the thunder and lightning.
Well, and you mentioned it before we even came on the air. The nice part, no smoke in the valley tonight. Yeah. And a lot of times when we start a football season, we have to deal with that. Remember a couple of years ago, weren't you practicing in Quincy or something?
Yeah,
because the air was
2014, 2013 was when we had the big Broadview fires.
Right.
That was a mess. We had practices in indoor facilities where we didn't have enough room we'd only run a half a line, and then we go up to Quincy for a half hour. So
it's just crazy.
Yeah, and I know that Coach Devereaux had one 2-a-day practice, I think, where they had their quality was way too high, or for the health of the kids, so they went to the gym, and man, that doing football in the gym is just
it's just
awful.
Not the same.
It's just awful. There's no way around it. Everybody's grumpy. Everybody's grumpy.
The only sport that should be practiced in the gym is basketball.
Or volleyball.
Or volleyball. I'm sorry. You can't forget that.
Our Panther girls are pretty good.
Yes, they are. All right, we'll take one more 2-minute timeout, and then it's kick time for the second half. It's Skyline 28, Wenatchee nothing. Back in 2 minutes.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today, and let's find your happy place.
All right, we are back, and here we go. The second half underway. Line drive kick right into the end zone and through the end zone. So that's a touchback, and the Panthers will begin at their own 20-yard line, excuse me. Boy, would a good long drive be nice for the Panthers here. In fact, it doesn't even have to be long. Just a drive with some points here would be fantastic for the Panthers.
You come out of halftime, and that's exactly what you want to try to. You go back to your original game plan if you can, and just focus on what you do well.
Is that what you try and do? Go back to your original game plan?
If at this point, I mean, you got to eat some clock here.
Yeah. Two running backs back with Devereaux in this set. Handoff around the left side. I believe it's Finn Matheson. Does get the corner and gains about 4 yards up to the 24-yard line. He's a hard runner. I like the way he runs. He's had some nice runs tonight. That long 60-yard run, right?
Yep, on that screen pass. And that's what we need to do right there. Just show him something that's an outside kind of sweep play, and they get Flugie leading the path, and you got a couple linemen that are able to pull and get out there too.
2nd and 6 Panthers at their own 24-yard line. Two receivers in the backfield again, only two in the offensive set. Panthers look like they want to run the ball. Here's Flugie. And I think he just got back to the line of scrimmage on that one. No gain.
Counter to the right there, and the Skyline linebacker blitzed the gap that our guard was pulling from, was able to chase him down from the backside, and that's that gamble there. If you blitz on a play like that, you're blitzing a hole because a guard is pulling out of it.
3rd and 6 Panthers. This time trips to the right side of Devereaux. It's like Flugie in the backfield. It is. Devereaux looks right, fakes up the middle, loses the football, picks it up, goes to a knee, and then he's thrown down to the ground. And a flag comes out late.
Yeah, it's tough.
Boy, I don't know about that one.
Jake hit the ground with a knee, so he's essentially down, and the pursuing D lineman there didn't know that. Late flag. So.
It wasn't vicious by any means, but that'll be a first down for the Panthers.
Sometimes that's on the Zebras, man. You got to get that whistle going early. And like I said earlier, it's their first game too. They're a little rusty, and glad that Jake's okay. We'll take the penalty.
It's been a very clean football game so
for the
far.
most
It
part.
really
We had
has.
a few false starts,
right.
a few offsides.
But no, dirty hits or late hits or anything like that. It's been a real clean game.
The mental stuff is what you see usually that first game.
Exactly. So the Panthers with that penalty, first down and 10. Here's Flugie up the middle, and that big body low in his shoulder. Short gain of about 2 that time. What's the thing about it? He might only get 2 yards, Brandon, but he's going to inflict some damage when he comes through the middle.
That's what you're hoping for, right? When you have a back like that, obviously you want a little more than 2 yards, but when you finish, you want to finish strong, make that defense wear down, man. It's hard to tackle that kid over and over.
Nathan Fisher took the brunt of that in his 3-4 defense for Skyline. Second down and 7 now. Panthers at their own 37. Play action. Pass right side from Devereaux, and it's caught and then dropped by Cook. It would have been a great catch all the way down to the 35, but Benjamin Cook just could not bring that in. Nice pass by Devereaux.
Really good looking play. What did we do? We had pounded the ball a few plays. Good time
for
play action.
Soften them up a little and go downfield.
Mr. Cook there just needs to get that ball and pull it in a little bit, but great effort.
It's one of those second down plays that we were talking about earlier, too. That pass was there. That was a nice pass.
Right. Now you got that 3rd and long, and see what we can pull out of it here.
This is a big one for the Panthers. This would be such a confidence booster right here early in this 3rd quarter. Here's Devereaux. Screen, inside screen again, and boy, not much there. Ethan works the
tight end screen there.
Right.
Ethan made a break to the sideline, put his foot in the ground, and came back, uncovered it.
No gain there either. The Panthers 6 yards on that possession, and that'll be a punting situation once again for the Panthers. Cameron Weir back to receive for Skyline, standing at his own 26-yard line. Flugie will do the punting. He stands at the Panther 25-yard line. Good snap. Kick is away. A much better kick this time. Weir with it at the 26. Down the right side. And he's got a ton of room. And still going down that right side. He is going to go 64 yards for the touchdown. Cameron Weir makes it 34-0. It could have been an illegal block on that outside. I saw the official over there reach back to his pocket, and he just didn't pull that flag. That was very close, but needless to say, it was all Cameron Weir and that speed down the sideline.
Like everything else in that first game, your special teams are pretty raw. You don't have a chance to really, in summer camp, you don't run any special teams. It's just offense, defense.
Sure.
And then you get your 2-a-days, and you really got to work on your special teams, and it's nothing like what you see out here under the lights. It's just the speed and then the angles and what you saw there, the blocks. So
that Weir is lightning fast, isn't he?
When you don't have anybody that can replicate that kind of an athlete on a scout team.
Who's the fastest Wenatchee player? Do you know?
Man. Mason Galvin's a pretty good 100 runner.
Yeah.
Mr. Cook, I think, is a pretty good. Ben Cook there.
There's Sean Lee, a booming kick this time, and it's up and good. A flag comes in late.
Yeah, they ran into the kicker there.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So, 9:20 left to go here in this 3rd quarter. It's now Skyline 35 and Wenatchee nothing. We'll be back here again in 30 seconds.
I have no idea what I'm doing. That's why we need you. We need people to run camera so I can get back down on the broadcast and talk about what's going on. We pay $75 per event. If it's sports, if it's a parade, if it's Apple Blossom, if it's a Super Oval, $75. If that sounds like some extra good money for you, we'd love you to be part of our team. All you have to do is email me, sports@ncwlife.com. sports@ncwlife.com. In the meantime, I got to go figure out this camera.
9:20 left to go, third quarter. Skyline just with a, 64-yard kickoff return, or punt return, I should say, by Cameron Weir, and that makes our score with the extra point good, 35-0 now.
Yeah, Mr. Flugie there is doing his best as a backup punter, and just can't replicate that.
Well, that was a decent kick.
Yeah,
that one
fine.
Right. That was fine.
You got it off. When you're a backup punter, especially, all you're looking to do is get that ball off and get some yards out of it.
Right.
So, and he did that, and then you got to obviously cover.
So, what was the call on that extra point try?
Yeah, the guy off the edge rolled.
So they did rough the kicker.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those rough or run into.
Right.
So I think it was running into his planted leg, which is and
that's a 5-yard penalty, right?
So that's why you're only seeing.
Right. Sean Lee's been booting the ball pretty well tonight, and to give him another 5 yards here. Benjamin Cook back, also Tristan Witherington. The two juniors back to receive for the Panthers in this 35-0 game. 9:20 left to go, third quarter. Here's the kick. And as we kind of thought might happen, through the end zone with that extra 5 yards, and the Panthers will begin their own 20-yard line. Same exact spot the Panthers' last drive began from. Not much of a productive drive. Their first possession of this third quarter, moved the ball a little bit, then got stuffed. We'll try it again here in the third quarter, second possession.
They had a punt on the last possession, but there's some pop in there. They had a few positive plays. Just got about string it together now.
That's right. Devereaux with Flugie in the backfield. One receiver to Devereaux's left, two to his right. He's going to roll right. Slings it out in the flat, and that's Mason Galvin. Gets it up to the 28-yard line. That was a nicer gain than it looked. Actually, a gain of about 8 on that play.
That's Mason's first catch of the season. Good little, we call it a sting route. Coach Devereaux's always ran that. A little 7-yard out, back to 5 yards. A little confidence builder. Really tough to defend if you're playing zone.
Right. Devereaux. His snap.
Good read. Jake pulls that.
Going to get some positive yards and a first down. It gets bumped out at about the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 7 on that carry for Devereaux. That's really the first time that has worked tonight well, isn't it?
Yep. And that's it's a good read. He was quick off the read, and that you could see when he exploded out of that read. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Be confident.
And Flugie's got to kind of sell that too, doesn't he?
It helps that Jack's had about 7 or 8 carries. The defense is really focusing on him.
Do they have it in their mind that he's a big dude and he's kind of hard to bring down to? So we're going to need more than one guy to do this.
As a defense, you do your job. You take care of your gap. You read your you do your run fits.
Right.
And but it's high school football at the end of the day, and the kids will be breathing. Help me get that guy.
He's a load.
Yeah. But, when you see it on paper, 6'3", 220, whatever it is, it's one thing. But, when you got to tackle the guy.
Absolutely. I saw him on the field. The kid is huge. Yeah. All right, 1st and 10, Panthers. Ball at their own 36-yard line.
There's another good read by Jake.
Keeping it left side this time. Gets hammered after about a 3-yard gain. A host of players on that tackle, including J.P. Jones, the linebacker, 6'2", 195-pound senior. So 3 yards on that. Will bring up 2nd down and 7.
Get a sideline warning there. That's another early season call.
You did have a player, too, that went off with cramps. I think Nathan Fisher, right, the tight end earlier.
Yeah, I saw him.
He's over there stretching now.
Pretty common early in the year,
Boy,
especially when you're coming from the west side over here where it's probably a little cooler. And
right.
That field's another, now that the sun's down, but it's probably another 20 degrees.
Absolutely.
When it's sunny. It's always cooking.
2nd and 7, clock moving again, approaching 8 minutes left here in the third. Devereaux once again rolls to his right, looking, still rolling, and then just throws it away. Ran out of real estate over there, right in front of the Panther bench, and that'll go incomplete and bring up 3rd down and 7.
the same combo that they ran earlier, but Jake was looking for, so we do an out and then up off of it. So Jake pumped, thinking that the receiver would plant and then go.
Right.
So they were looking for that pump and go, and it didn't. The receiver was just running the regular out.
Sure, sure. Another big third down coming up here for the Panthers, trying to get up some points on this board. Shutout so far in this one. Flugie in there, running back next to Devereaux. Devereaux looks right, going left this time, and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Galvin. Boy, it was set up nicely too there, Brandon.
Yeah, I felt, with 3rd and 7, the one consistent play that we've had all night that's had some positive yardage.
It has.
Some of our screens.
That has worked.
Yeah.
That's been the best play tonight, without a doubt.
It's a great high school play for offenses because kids have to be super disciplined, and Panthers do, and it's hard to defend if you're
right. All right, another punt with the dangerous Cameron Weir, who returned one the previous possession for 64 yards and a touchdown.
Short a player here. They're going to have to call a timeout.
3 on the play clock, 2 now, 1, and they do get it off. Here's the punt by Flugie. It's going to bounce this time to Weir, and he's just going to let it go this time. Going to be down at the 21-yard line. It was kind of a quick whistle.
Yeah.
Ball was still rolling.
Looks like the umpire said that one of our players touched it.
So the first time we see Skyline actually touch the football here. 7:44 left in the third, and they'll have it, I think, at their own 21-yard line. They're still trying to decide that. They did touch the ball one other time, but it was a punt return for a touchdown. So the first time for the offense on the field for the Spartans here in this third quarter. 35-0 our score. Looks like we've got a different quarterback in there now too. Connor Schooneman. Is that him back there, number 3? Or that is, no, that's Gimmer. Okay, number 9. Menold with the carry. Plows his way up to the 25-yard line. Gain of 5 on first down.
It looks like it's still the same starting lineup there. It's early in the season. They want to get their guys some snaps too. I wouldn't imagine you're going to see till the fourth quarter if they're going to make some substitutions.
Right. And I did print out the Seattle Times top 25 in 4A, and Skyline is ranked number 15 in the state currently. Looking pretty good tonight against this Wenatchee team for sure. 7:06 left now, 2nd down and 5. Make it 6. Flare pass out in the flat, breaking a tackle, and then to getting popped at the 37-yard line. Gain of 12 that time, and the pass to Nathan Fisher. A big tight end himself at 6'3", 215 pounds. That'll be a first down for Skyline at their 38.
Quick bubble screen. It's like extendable handoff basically is what that is, and let their athletes be athletes.
And their blocking has been just impeccable. It really has on that play.
Yeah, the receiver blocking is, in this offense, is vital.
Grimmer, shotgun, looks right, goes quickly out into the flat. This time it's to J.P. Jones, breaks a tackle and gets about 9 yards on first down. So Skyline moving it closer to midfield now, taking time off this third quarter clock. Now it's 6:27 left to go. Flag comes in.
Looking at the stats here, Grant, one of the things that I didn't account in, obviously, the receiver, they're spreading the ball around a lot. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different people have caught balls tonight.
Wow.
And obviously, the more you spread that ball around, the harder it is to focus on one person. So
8 receivers is impressive. It really is. So I wonder what this call is. Let's see the call here. Personal foul on the Panthers. That was before the play even got set up. Wonder if something was said out there.
Got a personal foul face mask. Offsetting, I think, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you just said first down. Interesting. I didn't see anything like that out there.
It was a little late after the play.
Yeah.
Shoving in. I saw one of our Panthers running off, and Kurt, the side judge over here, is explaining to Coach Devereaux what went down.
We'll see Kurt in basketball as well.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
He is all over the place.
Man.
He has.
All the years I coached, he was on our sideline.
So it remains 2nd down and 1 with the offsetting penalties. Ball at the 47-yard lines of the Spartans. Grimmer in shotgun. Panthers showing blitz. They bring blitz. Menold breaks a couple of tackles, drags a player. Be more than enough for a first down as it be marked at the Panther 49-yard line. Gain of about 8 on that carry. Menold's a tough customer to bring down. At the first tackle, he's great at breaking that first tackle.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, he opened the series a couple times, and then they subbed him out and had a couple other guys take some carries, and you can see he's back in here
doing his thing.
Yeah, carrying the rock.
They've got a lot of depth on this team. That's pretty obvious. We've seen tonight as well.
Right, you don't always see as many helmets on that opposite sideline for road games to start the season.
Right. Grimmer, shotgun, 3 receivers left. Menold stays in there at running back. Grimmer going deep. There's that sideline pass to Weir. Or is that Simon this time? Is that number 8 or 0? I think it might be Simon. William Simon.
Yep, I think you're right. Yep. Hard to tell on those.
What a throw by Grimmer again. I didn't catch the yardage.
45 yards.
40, it was 45.
Yeah, no, I think it is Weir. Yep, it is Weir.
His second long pass of the night. And what a throw from Grimmer. His second bomb along the sideline that has been money tonight for Skyline. And we're now at 41-0 and facing a running clock now here in this second half. Sean Lee on for the extra point try. High snap, hold is down. They get the kickoff. It's right down the middle and good. 5:33 left to go, third quarter. Skyline 42, Wenatchee nothing. We're back at the Apple Bowl in 30 seconds.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
All right, 5 plays on that drive and 79 yards on the drive for Skyline. A 45-yard touchdown pass from Grimmer to Weir. The kick is good. And we are now at 42-0 with 5:33 left in the third quarter. That means a running clock, right, Brandon?
That means a running clock, yeah.
The only time we'll stop the clock then is for an injury. And I believe a score. Is that true?
Yeah.
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 And other than that, clock's going to continue to run now. With Lee set to kick it off. Back deep for the Panthers is Finn Matheson now. His first time back there along with Benjamin Cook. Matheson's been a good runner tonight for the Panthers, so I can see why they kind of put him back there to see what he can do. That's what these non-league games are kind of all about too, right?
Yeah, at the end of this first game, that's the one thing you should also take away. It's a non-league game. League's coming up. You got another one next week. You got to battle. Mount Baker is always a scrappy team.
Here's Matheson now with the return. Runs into his own man, pushes the pile across the 20 to about the 22. And I like the fact that the Panthers have this kind of tough preseason schedule, too. Yeah. I really do. And this was no slouch here tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, you don't get better by playing teams.
No, that's right. Yeah. That's totally right. 5 minutes left here in this third quarter. Clock is moving. Panthers will have it at their own 22-yard line. Jake Devereaux's in there. Matheson will be with him at running back. Cook is split out to the right side. Fake reverse and the handoff. I like the call. Matheson around the left side. A nice gain. Had a nice block at the initial line of scrimmage as well, and that kind of sprung him around that left side. And a nice gain of about 8 yards.
That's our counter play there. You see the motion receiver to make it look like it's going to be a fly one way, and you counter back the other. It's a really solid
That's
play.
An old Wenatchee play, isn't it?
We ran it for years.
Right,
counters,
right. Absolutely.
They ran that from the 90s till today.
Absolutely.
So, sometimes you just dress it up a little bit.
Yeah, dressed it up. 2nd and 3rd. Clock moving, 4 minutes left now in the third. Up the middle is Matheson for no gain. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and we got a late flag comes in. I have a feeling the number 43, Henry Grillo, is the offender, the senior. Held his hands up right after the play, and usually you're guilty when you do that.
He wasn't too happy with himself, so.
That would have brought up third down, too, for Skyline.
This will be a first down.
Doesn't matter what variety, that's first down. Is it just all 15 yards now?
With face
mask. Is there grabbing on?
Not in high school.
No.
It's a personal foul.
Right.
It's just, we don't have the ability to go to instant replay and see,
Absolutely.
So, and it's a safety thing. Obviously, we want to try to keep those hands out of your face mask.
So first down at 10 now, Panthers. Ball is at the 33-yard line, their own 33. Devereaux back to pass, floats one out in the flat, and it's bobbled there by Ethan Wirtz and goes incomplete.
Good route, good read. Jake made a good throw. He's got to finish.
Boy, you just take your eye off it for a second, Brandon. That's all it takes.
Yeah, it's a flat and goes. That's all right.
Right.
Inside receivers run 5-yard outs. The outside receivers run goes to run the corners off, and just got to hold on to it and finish.
2nd and 10. Ball remains at the 33-yard line. Clock continuing to move with this running clock now. 2:20 left in the third. Devereaux, the snap. Looking right side, has Cook there. Benjamin Cook hit immediately as he made the catch, but they will give him about the 37-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4 on the play.
Another simple hitch, longer hitch, since the ball was in the air a while.
Yeah, it was that time. So 3rd down and 5 for the Panthers.
Ben Cook's dad played receiver and DB for us in the late 90s, a few years right before I.
No kidding.
They just moved back from Hawaii, and he reached out. I was sitting next to Coach Devereaux when he called last summer, so we're moving back.
That is super cool.
Yeah, we were excited about that.
Big 3rd down play for the Panthers, trying to get something positive here on offense. Blitz by the Spartan defense, and that allows Flugie a nice gain up the middle. Good call by the Panther offense. A gain of 7 up to the 47-yard line, and another Panther first down. I can see this becoming a much more oiled machine as we get going here with Flugie and Matheson and get the passing game a little more tuned in. This is going to be a formidable team. I really believe that.
Young line who hasn't seen a lot of action. It just takes some snaps.
Flugie again with a lot of room up the middle. Crosses the 45 down to the Skyline 42-yard line. That's an 11-yard gain on that carry for Flugie. Under a minute left now, 3rd quarter. Panthers on the move now at the Skyline 43-yard line. Alex Brender comes in late, goes to the wide side of the field to the left of Devereaux. Flugie right behind Jake. Handoff is to Flugie, and boy, Devereaux just got hammered in the backfield by Henry Grillo.
It's another one of those reads where Jake made the right one because he ended up on the ground, and that's a tough one for a quarterback.
Man. 4 yards on that carry for Flugie. Finding some room now up the middle.
Yeah, Skyline's got some subs in, and that's given us a chance to kind of pound away at some of the linemen that are actually similar to
In fact, our third quarter, nobody really noticed it. It's been on zero now for about 10 seconds. Well, the running clock, you kind of takes you out of your game, and that'll do it for quarter number 3. After 3, here at the Apple Bowl in Wenatchee, it's Skyline 42 and Wenatchee nothing. 60 seconds, and we'll be right back.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
Hurry in and save up to $200 on a set of 4 tires, plus get an extra $50 off with financing. Les Schwab Tires.
Three quarters completed here at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl as we are set to begin the fourth quarter of play. Panthers facing a 2nd down and 6 from the Skyline 38-yard line. Swing pass out into the flat over the intended receiver's head. And that will bring up 4th down now for the Panthers. Third down and 6, ball at the 38. Remember, the clock will move here through this fourth quarter. It's actually at the 39-yard line. 2 receivers to the right of Devereaux, 1 to the left this time. Jake goes straight back and decides to keep it and run it. Has a first down and more. Past the 30, slides down at the 26-yard line. That's a gain of 12 when the Panthers needed 6. Ball will be spotted at the Skyline 26-yard line. Nice run by Jake that time.
That read, he was looking for a pass and that man coverage, a lot of opening in the middle. He took off, nobody covering him.
1st and 10, Wenatchee. Flugie in the backfield along with Devereaux. Handoff, Flugie up the middle, has a little bit of room, and then tackled just outside the 20-yard line at about the 21. Gain of 5 for Flugie there.
See if we keep feeding the beast here on 2nd down.
Why not, right?
Right.
2nd down and 6.
There it is.
There's Flugie again, the big man around the right side. I think he's going to have enough for the first down there. Needed to get to the 17, and I think he made the 16, didn't he, Brandon? It looks like he got the first down.
Yeah, a little bit past that.
So 7 yards on that carry. Starting to rack up the yards now here in this second half.
You see it, you know, when early in the game he's getting 3 or 2 or 1. Now it's more 5, 6, and that's the hope from the beginning, right? 2nd and 5, and 3rd and 2s. Those are what we want with that kind of a running back.
Galvin split out to the right side, split wide left. Benjamin Cook in the slot is Matheson. Here's Devereaux back to pass, and he almost gets his head taken off at about the 17-yard line. I don't think it'll be maybe a short gain, a gain of about what, 4, I guess. Or is it a gain of?
No, it's a loss there.
3rd and 1 now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's 3rd and 11 is what it is. 2nd and 11 rather.
Jake rolling to his left, and that backside end chased him down, and it's hard to know that guy's behind you.
So yeah, 2nd and 12 from the Skyline 17-yard line. Flugie stays in there at running back. Devereaux back to pass, looks to the left side. Nice catch over there. And that was Mason Galvin. It was actually thrown to his wrong shoulder. He made the turn.
Yeah, Jake threw it. I mean, Jake's worked a lot at that.
That was a nice pass right there.
It's one of those ones that doesn't look like you meant it, but you throw it at that back shoulder, receiver has got a chance.
Takes it all the way down to the 1, gain of 16 on that pass and catch. And the Panthers look to get their first score of the night and their first score of the season right here. 8-10 left to go, fourth quarter. Who else? Flugie up the middle. Did he get there? No sign yet. And now the sign, touchdown, Flugie. Panthers on the board. And Flugie's been the workhorse on this drive, and he deserved that touchdown. 1-yarder for Flugie.
I think I had it for 5 carries for, well, about 32 yards there in that series.
That was his possession for sure.
Yeah.
Looks like Alex Brender will try the point after here. Not the normal kicker, you said. No.
I think we'll see a different one in a couple weeks.
Jake Devereaux, the holder. Here's the snap, the kick, and it's good right down the middle. 7:15. It's hard to say. Clock's still moving. Left to go, fourth quarter. Now it's stopped at 7:13. Our score now: Skyline 42 and Wenatchee 7. 30 seconds. We're back. Stay with us.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
So the Panthers on the board. A nice 78-yard drive for the Panthers. 12 plays on that drive and going that 78 yards. A 1-yard touchdown run. And boy, he deserved it tonight. And that is Flugie, who's been the workhorse for the Panthers, especially on that possession. Just a nice Luke Flugie, 6'3", 215-pound senior. So 42-7 now our score. Clock is stopped with that scoring play. Of course, Skyline fully expecting an onside kick here, I would think.
They have Luke for 7 carries for about 35 yards in the second half.
We're going to see some things out of him this season. I really believe that. Hayden Riley now to kick off for the Panthers. Will it be an onside kick? No, it's not. It's a short kick. Menold takes it at the 20-yard line, cuts back up the middle of the field, and then is drugged down nicely by Benjamin Cook at about the 34. So the Spartans will begin at their own 34-yard line. Clock continues to move. It's really hard for me to write down a start of a possession. About 15 seconds rolls off after I write down the time. It's a weird.
Said it a little bit ago. I mean, being on both sides of that running clock as a coach, it just doesn't.
It's a weird thing, isn't it? Really, even as for us as announcers, it's a weird thing.
A lot of different subs in now.
Oh boy, here we go. Quarterback
Erickson.
Crew Erickson, you're right. He's only 5'9", 150, and only a sophomore in there now for Skyline. Panthers showing blitz and do the handoff. It's number 32, Corbin Hundrup. He's also a sophomore, 5'7", 150. Almost gets up to the, well, about 3 yards to the 47-yard line. Clock moving, under 6 minutes left now. First game of our coverage of high school football this season, and we are really looking forward to covering the Panthers and the Eastmont Wildcats this season. Should be a lot of fun. Second down, 6, ball at the Skyline 38-yard line. Lots of substitutes in, as Brandon mentioned. The quarterback, Crew Erickson, only a sophomore. Gets this. He's going to put it in the air, too. Goes out in the flat, throws a nice pass out there. It's caught, first down and more. Cuts it up the field, still on his feet. They got him out of bounds on the reception. Mason Perello, a junior, 5'9", 165-pounder. It wasn't enough for a first down. About a 12-yard gain is what it turns out to be, up to the 48-yard line. Kid showed some speed there,
that's
too.
What you were saying at the beginning, that looked like a true RPO there. Quarterback read that, and all quarterbacks like RPOs. The receiver's always open, in their opinion. When their run-pass options really just, I'm going to pass. You know, if you're a JV quarterback getting some of your first varsity time, you want to sling it around a little bit.
That was a pretty good pass.
Yeah.
Had a lot on that.
It was a good read. He did the right thing.
1st and 10, Spartans just shy of midfield. Handoff, nowhere to go that time.
Michael Mahuka there for the tackle off the edge.
Nicely done, and that'll be a loss of about 5. Make it about 7 on that loss. Takes it all the way back to the 41-yard line. Yeah, the 41. That's 7-yard loss.
Yeah. Panthers with a lot of their own subs in. Some of the sophomores getting some action here.
Second down and long. Second down and 18 now for Skyline. Erickson, the quarterback, out in the flat again, and a nice run and catch, and almost got it, and they did. The 18 back and probably got 19 out of that. And a first down for the Spartans.
That was Siler Jones, a sophomore, probably with his first varsity catch.
Impressed with a couple of passes by Erickson now. He's got something behind that.
Sophomore kid, what'd you say was about 5?
Yeah, 5'9", 150.
He's got a little pop on his arm.
Corbin Hundrup stays in the backfield. He's a substitute. Also substitute Jack Mays in at wide receiver. Here's Hundrup with the carry. Gets some positive yardage inside the Panther 40 to about the 38-yard line. Be a gain of about 3 on that play. Clock still moving. 2:45 now left in the fourth quarter. Second down and 7. Ball at the Panther 37-yard line. Once again, it's Erickson at quarterback. Looks like Menold back in there at running back as well. It's kind of a surprise.
Delay a game there, I think.
Oh, it's 42, not 22, excuse me. It's Colin Champ now in the lineup, also a sophomore for Skyline in at running back. That delay of game will take the Spartans back 5 yards. So a 2nd and 12 now instead of a 2nd and 7. Ball at the Panther 43-yard line. We've got Owen Birnbaum rather, in at quarterback now. Brandon, 5'10", 162-pound junior in there. Handoff, nowhere to go. In fact, a loss on the play. Ball carrier was Colin Champ. A loss of about 3. Under a minute and a half left to go in this one now. We've had a running clock since, I guess, the end of the third quarter, roughly. 42-7 ball game. Now a minute 10 left to go. And a 3rd down and 14 for Skyline. Owen Birnbaum stays in at quarterback, and sometimes that momentum, you just can't stop it, Brandon.
Especially when you're a sophomore getting your first varsity snaps. You're really itching to get over there. Show Coach Dev something on film.
Was it Gabe Patterson? Or was it John Gutzweiler?
I think it was Gabe Patterson, so he's been in a little bit. So
5'9" junior, 180-pounder for the Panthers. Third down and about 8 now for Skyline. 36 seconds left to go. Once again, it's Birnbaum in there at quarterback, the sophomore. The snap, there's a handoff. Spin move across the 35 and gets hammered down there. The carrier's Corbin Hundrup. That'll probably do it here.
That will do it. Yeah, with the running clock, they're going to sit on it here.
So Skyline lets this one just run down. 7 seconds left. Panthers won't stop it, of course. 2 seconds, 1, and that will do it here at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Our final score, it was all Skyline tonight. The Spartans 42, the Wenatchee Panthers 7. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back, take a look at final game stats, and wrap it up here from the booth at the Apple Bowl in 2 minutes. Stay with us.
This is Grace, and this is her world record-holding guinea pig with an iconic name, Abby.
She currently holds the Guinness World Record for the highest bar jump by a guinea pig. I ride horses and I jump, so I kind of thought it'd be interesting to teach my guinea pig to jump like my horse does.
One day she came out of her room and looked at us, and I said, "Did you get it?" And she said, "Yeah, we got it."
After we won our award, we came to Abby's to celebrate.
Hey man, how's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen's a good option for me. The risk of addiction is not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions, and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
Hi, this is Eric Grandstrom, the NCWLIFE Channel Sports Director. While the teams are working hard, we're working hard to bring you 20 broadcasts this fall.
Over the middle, the ball is caught, and just like that, gets through everybody.
It's Eastmont.
To the end zone. Touchdown, Eastmont.
It's Wenatchee.
10-5. Touchdown.
Stephen Cashmere.
Killed by Nell. It's in. Good maneuver. Red footer. Go, 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 go.
Right here on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new midsize Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
Olson and Brandon Harle back in the booth here at the Apple Bowl. The final score here as Skyline 42 and the Wenatchee Panthers 7. Really only two scoring plays in the second half, one from each team, and the one from Skyline did the damage in that third quarter. A 45-yard touchdown pass from Grimmer to Weir. 2 minutes and 11 seconds off the clock for that. The Spartans went 79 yards on that drive, and that made the score 42-0, and that gave us a running clock at the end of the third quarter into the fourth. And then the Panthers, on their third possession of the second half, put themselves together a nice drive. 12 plays, 78 yards on that drive, highlighted by a 1-yard touchdown run by Flugie. So that's pretty much the scoring in the second half. Brandon, all the damage was done in the first half for Skyline, where our halftime score was already at 35-0, and it was a hole for the Panthers to dig themselves out of. They gave up the big play, got to the running clock, and it seemed like the steam kind of went out of them at that point.
Right, what do you do after, you can see down on the field right now, Coach Devereaux was talking to him about, right, it's the first game, it's a non-league match, we got to come back next week and get better, have a better week of practice, facing a very, Mount Baker's coming here next Friday, and they're a 1A team, but they were in the state title game a couple years ago, and those guys are scrappy, strong, well-coached teams, so, yeah, you got to take some of those highlights, put them together there, and then, lean on Jack Flugie a little bit, some of the receptions and passes that Jake made, a little bit in the second half there. little hit and miss. You just got to be more consistent, and that's hard right now.
And this is the kind of offensive game that I would expect from a very inexperienced offensive line. I mean, Devereaux had a lot of pressure on him throughout the night. The run game really didn't get going like they wanted to open up some passing. So it was kind of that struggle all night with that line. They didn't do a bad job. They just tried to find their way, I think, through this ball game, and that's what happens with a young team.
Yeah, you got two sophomores making their first start on offensive line against some really large defensive linemen who battle week in and week out in that Kinko League. So it's an eye-opener for sure, that first game. No matter who you're playing, the game's faster. When you play a big team like this, it's bigger.
So what do you think about Skyline overall? Pretty solid team.
I'll tell you that I wasn't, last year they were good, but Wenatchee was in that game over there with them till the end. I think it was like a 13-7 final, So I really wasn't sure what to expect in terms of what they were going to bring. The legend of Steve Jervis, their old new head coach.
Right.
I knew they'd be well coached and they'd sling the ball over the field like they had for all those times that he did. But I wasn't expecting a 253-yard, 5-touchdown performance from their quarterback on 15 of 19. And certainly they spread the ball around. I said earlier they had 8, and when they started making subs, they put it over. I think 10 different receivers touched the ball.
Unbelievable.
So what do you do? How do you defend 10 different guys that are going to catch the ball and get yards after the catch?
Well, you said it. You can't really focus on any one guy when that happens. That's for sure.
Right.
Well, that'll do it for our first broadcast of this season. It was great to have everyone along tonight. Great to have you along.
Thank you for having me.
You did a fantastic job. I hope you can join us again sometime.
I will be back.
And for all the crew here at the field, you did an outstanding job, as usual. Also, Matthew back in the studio at NCWLIFE. Fantastic job. And that'll do it for us. I'm Grant Olson. And for my partner, Brandon Harle, I hope you have a great and safe long Labor Day weekend. And we'll talk to you again Tuesday night. Don't forget, it's volleyball action from Wenatchee High School coming up on Tuesday. We'll talk to you then. Have a great weekend, everyone. Devereaux is going to pass. No, it's Bishop in there now.
Tonight's coverage of live local sports has been brought to you by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Confluence Health, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, and Together for Youth. Thanks for joining us for live coverage of local sports on the NCWLIFE Channel. We now return you to normal programming already in progress.
That'll be it for the night as the Wenatchee Panthers